Oh, that was really good. Slow, and then right there. Yes. We're right here. Like an athletic stance. Go. Beautiful. 1, 2, and then 3. And jump. There we go. We're gonna aim for that contact point. Just below the knees, hit the contact and go. There we go. Go. Yes, dude. Oh, fantastic. Oh, wow. Good. Oh, that was really good.
By the way, I love your movies and congratulations on everything. But I appreciate this because I honestly, this does make me think about my dad and like, he loved weightlifting.
I'm here with the great, the wonderful, the one and only Tom Segura.
Very excited. Oh, welcome to the Eagle's Nest.
Wait, no.
Why'd you let me do it, man? I'm not even wearing a helmet.
I'm stoked to have him here because he knows about Olympic weightlifting.
I do know a little bit about Olympic weightlifting.
Do you have no idea how rare that is?
I know. I guess when you pointed it out, I started to think about it and I was like, oh yeah, most people don't really know the difference between powerlifting and Olympic lifting and I guess if you're like in bodybuilding mode, you don't really think about it or do it. I was exposed to it my whole life, very young.
Yeah, with your dad.
With my dad, yeah, so he used to compete in Olympic lifting.
See, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
So like,
I also know that like when I was like, hey, what about like vitamins or supplements? He was like, nothing. We ate steak and potatoes. And I was like, what else? He was like, that's it. He just ate meat and potatoes 7 days a week. I asked him about his training. Like, how was training like? 2.5 hours. And like, if you had a date or something, you're like, yeah, I'll meet you after my lift. Like they just, you know, it was the same group of guys. And it was a 2.5 hour workout. Like they just squat for like 2 hours.
Fuck yes,
you know?
Dude. As far as like Olympic weightlifting goes, like people forget that it is a sport, and like guys are very narrow-minded towards, you know, back then he probably did the snatch, the clean and press, and the clean and jerk. So there's 3 movements.
And it also was like not a great coach. Like in my opinion, I'd be like, oh, like I would, you know, clean it, and he'd be like, no. He's like, watch me. And then he would do it, and he'd be like, do it like that. I go, yeah, that's not coaching. Like, so I never like really got into Olympic lifting. The one thing I liked in high school were hang clings, right? Because I think that was like,
I love hang clings.
Hang clings were like the thing that like we would do in the weight room, and I liked doing. The one thing is that like when I did try to pursue it in any way, I always felt like this was so difficult, like to get the elbows up. That I was always like, fuck it, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's definitely elbows being down is like a big issue.
Sure.
But my style of teaching comes from CrossFit, which gave me a leg up actually, because I had to deal with people who were not like trying to succeed in Olympic weightlifting.
Sure.
So they were basically trying
to get fit?
Trying to get fit, and I would then, you know, we'd do power snatches, power cleans, even full snatches and full cleans. And I had to kind of work into this psychology of like, what's going to get them to get their elbows up?
Yeah.
Every time. What's going to get them to do the right thing? And it's not your traditional way of being like, hey, welcome to my weightlifting gym.
Sure. You
will be rigid in your, you know. And that's what we're gonna start with, is the front rack position. A very underrated way to attack the front rack is actually to start with the bar overhead.
Okay.
Right? Now you're here, and your goal is to aim to get the bar above the clavicle. So that's your spot every time.
Okay.
So, and you'd be surprised, like after you start doing this a lot, people's spot starts to go down here.
Starts to lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you always want to be here. So the goal then is, there's 3. Above the clavicle, elbows forward, and try to keep all fingers on the bar.
When you first do it, it feels so unorthodox.
Yeah.
Sort of like when someone tells you like how to hold your golf club, you're like, that feels weird, man. You want to like.
Yeah, let me just.
Just let me.
Yeah. So thumb on. Yep. So you're gonna press, and actually, I would go narrower. That'll actually give you less stressful. Yeah. Let's match these up right here, and then we're good. Okay. So now we're going overhead, right?
All right.
That's a great overhead position. As it comes down, we want to aim for right here, and then I'm gonna lift your. There we go. Dude, this is great. You're fine. You are fine. And you can start doing the one at a time too. But dude, the fact that you have your whole hand on the bar and you're doing this right away, that's genetics right there, dude.
I hope you're proud of me, Dad.
And dude, the best weightlifters usually usually have their whole hand on the bar.
Okay.
So what you're doing there is actually very advanced, and that's very tough to do. So I have no more worries about your upper body mobility, which is great. So now all we're gonna do is we're gonna get the bar to that spot, but from down here.
Okay.
So if you wanna measure your grip, I would say a thumb's grip out like this, from where the knurling starts.
Okay.
Then we're right here, and you're just gonna go elbows up and then into that spot. See? Okay. And what you don't wanna do is just drop the elbows down and kind of go like that. Right? We wanna get used to really high pulling like a bodybuilder, you know? Very strict movement, and then rotating the elbows underneath. Oh yeah. And let's go a little bit slower, and no, don't bend the legs or use any legs, just standing tall, elbows first. Oh, beautiful. So what's gonna start to happen when we start moving, and this is like the biggest issue with people, is the bar kind of starts going like this, up above their spot, and then it crashes down. We call that bar crash. Okay. So the goal for you is to just get it in the spot and rotate underneath without any, So let's try to go really slow here. Oh, it's all good, we're good. Really slow, and then right there, yes. That's great. So we're gonna power clean, which just means we're gonna catch like this. See, kind of like in this athletic stance. So yeah, I would say even narrower stance in that catch. Yep, and then your toes can be out a little bit. So you're gonna bend at the knees and the hips. So the knees are gonna come forward, hips right there, and then you're gonna think elbows up. Yep, that's your catch. Right, so it's
you don't have to go that far.
No, we're not gonna squat today. We're just power cleaning. So right now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of hinge at the hips a little bit, and we're just gonna, super easy. And I'm not worried, Tom, about going like this. Like getting, have you heard the term triple extension? Good, that's fine.
Okay.
So you don't need to really, like your hips, see how my hips are kind of back? We're gonna kind of keep the hips back-ish here and just go, just like that. Yep. Good. So remember that issue that I was talking about always happens to people? Yeah. They go like this, and then the bar crashes.
Yeah.
So that's where we need to think an awesome cue is just rotate your knuckles underneath and keep them underneath.
Okay.
Okay, ready, go. Yeah, almost fixes it immediately. Go. Beautiful. One more. Go. Awesome. So if I go like this and I make contact, and I need to now pull under the bar, I have no leverage, see?
Yeah.
So, but if I rotate underneath, I make contact, I have all this like fucking pulling power because it's in like that.
Makes sense.
So that's one of the biggest, most essential cues of this whole thing is.
How long have you been doing Olympic lifting?
10 years now.
10 years.
Yeah, and that's not a very long time given my age. There are people that start as early as 8 years old. I started at 23. I'm 33 now.
Wow.
So, but I hopped into coaching really early.
You did.
And I obsessed.
Yeah.
Like became fully
obsessed. What'll do it.
Yeah. All right. So now, what we're gonna learn is the contact. You've seen cleans where they make that contact.
Yeah.
And dude, it's pretty funny if you ever look at slow motion videos. The guys like
All the
kind of like
time.
scrape their ball.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
grip.
Yeah, hook grip videos. Yes.
Those are crazy.
I know the guy.
Technique that you see in slow motion, because then you see like the force, and you see how everything is in a straight line, and the way that they go underneath it. It's like it's a beautiful thing to watch in slow motion.
That guy simply put changed weightlifting as we know it by shooting in slow motion and presenting it to the world.
It's
His
incredible.
name's Nat.
It's incredible. Great job, man. Nat.
Yeah, Nat, yeah. This is a drill that I actually ripped off from an Olympic gold medalist. So I just call it after his name. His name's Tarakti Alexei. Well, basically what you're doing is you're teaching yourself contact. And you hear that rattle in the bar?
Yeah.
You see that? I'm just doing like, so I'm here, and you can see I'm basically attaching that to those last movements. Yeah. So I'm basically just developing that ability to do this, okay? After a while, I can go like this. Okay? And what I found is teaching contact almost immediately in the learning process is something that coaches don't often do. And he was like the first guy to be like, no, like
Do it right away.
Do it fucking right away, because it's part of the sport.
Sure.
What's interesting about the clean is they called it the clean because it was the British who called it the clean, because it was clean looking.
That's why?
Yeah, because it was like this. Like, we do our version like this. They would clean like this. So there was no contact, or they would clean like that. So it didn't make that rugged contact with the body.
Yeah.
I think it was the Germans that did the clean with contact first. And so the British were like, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Our version is clean.
Our version's clean.
Yeah. And that, that obviously British-German thing continued on.
Yeah, they had quite a history
A
together.
little bit of a history. So all we're gonna do is develop that contact, and I'll kind of walk you through that process.
Okay.
You're kind of in that catch position that you were with the power clean. You're letting the bar come out away from you, and you're just lightly tapping and going straight up to here. You're not pulling your shoulders back.
Gotcha.
You're just kind of like this, see? Yeah, right here. Yep.
Okay.
So now you're gonna bend your knees. Yep, right there, contact. Good. So let's try and just establish that and just get aggressive. Yep, right here. Yeah, now let's try to move our feet. Two contacts and then go. Here, contact. And I kind of like get my thighs into it. I don't just like pull it back that way. I think that's what you're doing. So we'll go 1, 2, and then 3. Okay? 1, 2, and jump. There we go. Sweet. Watch out for your dick, please.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to have more kids.
I don't want more kids.
So now you want to have the same idea as the previous drill, where we're like out front and we catch, but instead of being out here, we're gonna start from here. We have this. Okay, you're basically aiming for that contact point, which is like right in the mid thigh. And so now we're gonna do that same thing. We're gonna aim for that contact point.
Okay.
You see? So do 1 rep where we're going, out front, contact, catch. And we can hit, you can hit low.
Low. There?
Yep. Good. Now we're gonna go just below the knees, hit the contact and go. There we go. Essentially, we're cleaning, where you just did a power clean. There. Don't miss that spot.
That spot, yeah.
So what, you can put the bar down. What you did, which worked for you really well, was the drill before, you're like, I'm not missing my thighs.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And then you went, okay, I'm just gonna do that same thing here. And then you went down and you basically forgot the previous drill.
Yeah.
One thing also that helps a lot is in weightlifting, whether it's the snatch or the clean, is you wanna think change of speed, change of pace. So what can help you is just to go slow, right? So you can go, again, we're here, contact, catch, okay? So now I wanna go below the knees. I can go slow, contact, catch. You see that? Mm-hmm. I don't have to just go here and then rip, because then you miss the quads.
You miss it, yeah.
Yeah. So we're right here, contact, catch, beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna go below the knees, slow, contact, catch. Good. Now you wanna be able to connect those two.
Yeah.
Slow, go. There we go. Nice and slow, go. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go, dude. You know how we were going down to like just below the knees?
Yeah.
That's just gonna be reinforced by tapping the floor.
Okay.
So you're gonna stand up with the bar just like you've been doing. You're gonna go really slow on the way down. You're gonna tap, and you're gonna go slow on the way up. And then off the quads and catch. Keep your eyes forward, slow, tap, slow, go. Fuck yes, dude. Eyes forward, good. Slow, go. Good. Now I don't wanna cue you to go, you kind of go when it's natural, but don't tap the floor and just yank it.
Gotcha.
Hell yes. Beautiful, 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 good. We are so close, Tom.
We're getting close?
Oh, yeah. You're going to beat Nsima.
Oh, what does he clean?
He's like never cleaned before.
Yeah.
First day, 300 pounds. Super good at jiu-jitsu too. Like
his range of motion is also
you do the splits easy, backflip, all that shit. Now you're gonna act like the bar is in your hands.
Okay.
So every drill is like a bridge to the next one. So you're going to basically, okay, I'm already stand up. I already have the bar in my hands. I'm gonna go nice and slow. See how my back is up, straight up and down? So that's what you wanna make sure you're doing here. You're gonna grab where your hands are supposed to be. You're gonna go real slow, contact and catch. So we're gonna go this part of your shoe. So there we go. And then the way that I want you to grab the bar is just as much knees as it is hips. Yeah, great. So eyes forward though, key, okay? Good, nice and slow, contact and go. There we go. Good, put the bar down, and then I want you to stand up. So we're kind of like resetting every rep, okay? So the way that I want you to get this is you don't have to shift back a lot into the heels like you would maybe for like a deadlift.
Yeah.
You can just kind of slow here, and there's a little bit of pressure in the toes.
Okay.
So you're here, good. Good, yeah, hell yeah. Slow, good. One more. Stand up. And don't yank to start. We want to change speed.
Okay.
We don't want to slow down. You always want to speed up.
Okay.
Okay. Knees forward. Good. That's great. Slow. There we go. Good. So now you can put the bar down. So now it's like you just need to connect the two together. So one of the things I think about is, you don't want to go from, and this is probably not a good analogy, like first gear to sixth gear. Like you don't want to go from,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to connect the gears. So there's an idea in weightlifting, it's not slow to fast or slow to super fast, it's fast to faster.
Okay.
So there's a kind of a theory where like the fastest you can pull the bar off the floor while still being able to go faster is the best speed. So now, the way that I want you to set up is pretty much the same way. Like, by the way, we're already doing cleans.
Okay.
So these are the kind of the concepts as far as like getting the bar off the floor. This is like a dead bar, dead weight. I always think knees and hips. If we start to go too much knees, I'm gonna pull and the bar's gonna go away. If I go too much hips, this bar is going to be away from me, and now my hips have to go all the way forward. There's like a huge pendulum that has to happen. So I try to find the balance. And what you'll notice is there's a decent amount of pressure in your toes, and your shoulders are you're almost like falling forward. We have the neck, we're here, eyes forward, knuckles down. Here, slow. Okay. We can get a little bit more aggressive now. Good, bring it in. Hell yes. Good, let's go up. All right, same thing. And I'll kind of just give you cues like as we go, but I don't want to have you overthink. Good, there we go. Fantastic.
I didn't really get a bump on that.
That's okay.
I think I just missed it.
There was contact.
Slight contact, yeah.
It doesn't have to be crazy,
Okay.
Purpose of bumping the bar in all reality is to get hang time so people can get under it.
Right.
That's how gnarly this sport is.
Yeah.
They're just trying to go like this and get under. It's wild. So now, again, this cue that's going to help you a lot is just knuckles down. Because right now, as far as we go, like the knuckles down cue is going to prevent this from going like this and that big crash coming down. You know what I mean? Like the bar floats and then comes down on you like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So. Oh, fantastic, dude. Really, really good. That's really, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. So you know what's wild is the 80s have like the strongest people ever.
The 80s?
The 80s. Bulgarians. Have you heard
The
of
Bulgarians,
like?
yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking- That's what I was trying to think about earlier when I was saying countries. I said Belarus.
Yeah. Well, Belarus has one notable guy.
But
Andre,
Bulgarians, like...
that was the squad.
Yeah.
That was it. There was a famous coach.
Abadjaev was giving each lifter 180 Dianabol tablets of 5 milligrams per week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday were 40 pill days, and Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday were 20 pill days. They were also being injected with the steroid Ritabolil.
Decadeball classic.
Ristov notes that his urine started turning brown, and he was passing out often during training. He started seeing stars.
The amount of drugs that he would administer was insane.
These Persians are like the real deal. The guys from Iran, they're like...
Yeah, Iranian team is always solid, but those guys they send it.
They do.
They get up there, they're like, we're going maximum right away. And I've seen them go like 0 for 6, like they'll miss every attempt, but they get in there and they're like, fuck it, we're gonna die here.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
How are we these days? Are we competitive in it?
We just had our first world record in 50 years.
Really?
Guy named Hampton Morris, first world record since 1969. So 54 years, 55 years. It's a big deal.
That's
big deal.
This,
just happened last night.
What weight class was he?
61 kilos.
Oh, wow.
So less than this. So all I want you to think, knuckles down, nice and control, nice and control. Oh, wow. That looks great. Now you gotta drop the bar.
I gotta drop the bar. Yeah. I was like...
That's the whole point.
I know, I just didn't know the...
Fuck them, dude. It's a safety thing.
Yeah,
people don't... It's funny about, like, again, Olympic weightlifting. It's a sport. So, like, people don't understand that we're not actually trying to get jacked or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you try to
move the weight.
Move the weight.
Yeah.
And, like, having to do something very technical and hard here, and then bring it down and then place it on the floor is dangerous.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
What's your best clean?
So, 180 kilos is my best clean.
Fucking A, man.
So 396. Yeah. Barely missed the jerk. Actually, I missed it by a pretty wide margin. But
that's serious clean, though, dude.
Yeah. It was gnarly. I was in a crazy world. Like, I went full in on training. Like, all in.
How long ago was that?
4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your I mean, the only reference I had was my dad. Like, we ate steak. Like, this is a different era where everyone's dialed in on. You have so much more information.
It's the same idea.
Pretty much.
Just eat a fuckload and like sleep a fuckload. Yeah. Eat a fuckload of protein, sleep a lot, and just like be a dog. Like, it's, you know, all this fluff and shit at the end. Like, you just have to be a fucking sick bastard.
Okay.
Especially if you want to like succeed in this thing.
Yeah. Right.
This shit is just.
And you do have to get that sleep, though.
Oh yeah.
You know, my dad kept a journal of every single lift, and like in practice. Mm-hmm. And he said he tried to find a correlation between feeling good and good lifts, and then like when I don't feel good, like, you know, wasn't well rested. And he's like, he never had a correlation. He's like, I had great lifts when I was
same. It's just one of those things where you can't think like, I slept bad last night.
Yeah.
Now I wake up and I have a bad day.
Yeah.
It's like I slept bad 3 nights in a row 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And that's actually catching up. There's a bigger lag time, I think.
Yeah.
If you do 2 nights of bad sleep in a row, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right? One night.
You can kind of zone into like weird places when you're on one night.
Dude,
of bad sleep.
I mean, you're on the road like doing crazy shit.
We've had great shows on bad sleep.
Yeah.
And really bad shows on great sleep. Yeah.
Knuckles down. Easy peasy. And I'm giving it some pace off the floor. One thing that I will say to Tom is, like, you set up and you can do just a little breath in, then go. But your posture right now is great for this. So you'll set up, don't take that breath in quite yet. Now we're gonna grab knuckles down. Make sure we get knuckles down, breath in and go. Good. Hey, so you yanked.
Yeah.
You yanked and you kind of missed the spot, right?
I did, yeah.
It flew. So you're capable of a lot of weight here. But it flew on you, but you missed the spot just because you yanked it.
Anxiety too, right? Like, of not doing it, so you just you stop doing the.
There's a voice in your head saying you need to get under.
Yeah.
You need to drop.
Yeah.
Like, we need to go down below this thing because it's
Yeah.
so fucking heavy. You have to ignore that and say, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to extend as hard as I can.
Yeah.
And it's just like pulling, and you just go, yoom, and then you just fucking catch. Knuckles down. There we go. Hey,
I didn't bump it.
huh?
I didn't bump it.
You actually bumped it in your hips, which is not a bad, like, oh, where's your magnet?
I don't know.
Here.
I like watching you do it. Now, to me, I don't know if I'm seeing this wrong. I feel like your bump is higher, right?
It's slightly, yeah.
It's not like when we were first setting up. Like
Yeah,
here.
so what's interesting, and this is something I learned from Alexei, the guy who I got that drill from.
Yeah.
He teaches the contact in that lower position.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things where it's like the intent is to kind of hit here so that you learn how to get the bar into you. But like this happens at the same time. Like as the bar's coming in, I'm standing and extending. So it kind of like scoops in.
Yeah.
So if the print from the bar was just there,
Yeah.
it's actually tracks across my thigh a little bit. But again, like I don't really want you thinking about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really good. What we can do now is just a high pull.
Okay.
So it's literally just, it's here. Right here. That's it.
Okay. Is that to practice that movement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you just kind of explode. Like that. So you make that contact and you just kind of hold it in your hands, ride it up, and just let it go.
Okay.
Essentially, all you're doing with the contact is just riding it up with and keeping the knuckles down. Not jump. You don't need to jump or anything. And again, you can go slow and speed up. Slow. That's it. So I would say go even slower off the floor now because we don't have to worry about getting the bar here. Nice and slow. Go. Yeah. Try to hit a little bit lower. Yes.
Good one?
Hell yes.
Yeah, that one felt better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Because your strength is there. Like you're with 175, the bar was literally up here,
Yeah.
right? And you see the really good guys, they just need to get the bar here.
And they get underneath.
And then get underneath it because they're just so fucking technically good.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. By the way, I love your movies and congratulations on everything. That
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This fucking fucked, man. This whole Pedro Pascal thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Dude.
But yeah, guy's a stud. Guy's a
Total
stud.
stud.
But I think like literally is in the past couple of weeks, I think because my hair started
Is he as
growing
tall
out.
as you? No.
No way.
How tall are you?
6'4".
Yeah, he's not.
I feel like the actors are shorter.
How tall do you think I am?
You're 6'1",
All right, cool.
6 foot,
Whatever, dude. Just fucking
6'10".
6'10",
6'9", 420.
6'10", yeah. But I appreciate this because I honestly, this does make me think about my dad and like he loved weightlifting. Like he also I remember when I was gonna take it to like when I was doing it a little bit, like this is like in high school, he'd get home from work and be in a suit and like, you know, loafers. And he'd be like, here, come here. I'd be like, dude, you're gonna kill yourself. You're like 55. Like, chill out. Like, don't wear loafers. Because he'd be like, he couldn't see this and not go pick it up. You know what I mean? Like, he was just.
If he saw 60 kilos on the
he saw you, he'd be like, watch out. And then he would be like,
I'd be like, sir, please.
Yeah, and you'd have to be like, you're gonna hurt yourself. He'd be like, I'm not gonna hurt myself. And then, yeah, he would wanna move it, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was cool, like, to have someone that like understands literally anything about it is a pleasure. So I appreciate this, dude.
And it was fun. Like it's fun to learn. Like it's such a technical sport. I think that's what, you know, I had a concept of, and then like when you get into the practice, you're like, oh yeah, this is all technique. Like obviously it's strength, but like.
But
technique.
like I try to give you like exact pit stops along the way.
It's great
to bring the technique to you, but then what you realize technique is just thousands of reps.
Thousands, yeah. That's when you see those guys training. It's just like over and over. Yeah. But big thing is, Enzima, you ain't shit.
Yeah, dude, he got 375. Didn't you see?
First time, baby.
All right, that's it for the video. Thank you to Tom for coming out, dude.
That was awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, man.